All right, so I'm out here in the field by the barn and the little goat house. And as you can see, I used to have a gate. It wasn't really a gate, but it was a gate right here. It was hinged to that, and it closed. When I closed it, I could slide this down, and it would hold them in while they were eating so I could get other things fed, because Bilbo's the worst. But he will come out really fast and then start trying to eat the duck's feed or try to eat the, the chicken feed. Get into the barn where he's at now and get into stuff while I'm feeding other things. So I found a piece of scrap T111. It's laying right there on the floor. I'm going to cut it down and I'm going to make a taller door. So on the old door, I took off the two pieces at the top right here. This was the way it was on there. I took these two pieces off, the top one here and the bottom one, because that's the width that I need the other door to be. And so I'll screw that at the top and bottom, and then my side pieces like these are short. The other two sides will be long. I'll put them on, but I've got to cut this old piece of T111 down to size first. It won't be pretty, but it's going to be functional. Look at them. It's just, this is what happens when I walk away if I don't lock the doors when I'm done. I come in and they're in the feed, which those are empty barrels right now because I got feed in the back of the car. So I'm just letting them do what they want to do because they're having a field day and they can't really do anything. They're just into stuff. But I'll get this done and then get this cut and show y'all what I got done. Show y'all what it looks like when it's done. And it won't be pretty. I still haven't painted the barn. I still plan to do that, but probably wait till spring. You never know when it's going to rain here, when the next day it's going to be cold or wet and damp all day. Today's a sunny day. Probably be a good day to paint. But I think tomorrow we start getting rain again. So I'm just going to wait till late spring or the early part of next summer and get everything painted and it all look good, and I'll paint this door when I do it, this new door. But I've got to be able to, when I throw their feed in, keep them in there while I'm feeding everything else. And when everything else is fed and the barn is locked, then I can open that up and they can come out. So I'm going to do that now. Alright, so I got this edge cut off. It's a bad edge. It was the edge that at one time had been close to the ground. But I got the rotted stuff off. Some splitting, but you won't even see that when I put the other piece of trim on. And then I got these screwed onto the top, the hinged. And they still have their hinges on them. I just literally unscrewed them off that other thing and screwed them onto here. And cut this to the width that I needed. And now I'll take these other boards, these are not treated, so they'll have to be painted just to get any kind of life out of them at all. But I'll put it down there right where it meets, and I'll make a mark right here and cut it, and I'll do it on that side too, and then we'll have a gate, and then I'll hang it, and I'll show y'all that when I get it done. All right, so I got it done. Like I said, it ain't pretty, but it's my fingernails. But it's functional. Go in here, I'll feed them. I'll slide that down, feed them. When I come out, I'll close it right there. And that will hold them in there while I feed the chickens and the guineas and the ducks. They can't come out and try to eat their food. And it'll also allow me to be able, because this is a bad thing too. When I pull in here to unload the feed like I am right now, see, they're all around. Now, I mean, I know I've got stuff out here, but this is where they're at. They're milling around when they see me doing things. They see me coming into my car. They want to go in there with me and see what I'm doing in the, but when I start pouring feed in the bags, then they start messing with me, trying to get to the feed, trying to get into stuff. And then when the dangerous thing is when I'm trying to pull out of here, I can't see the little ones, especially. I can't see where they're at around my car. So what I've been doing is opening the gate to my yard and sort of coax them into my yard And once they get in there and start milling around in the yard, then I can get in my car real quick and pull up and back up and then come back around, and I go out that way through those trees down there by my swing. And I go around in front of Tony's house and out that gate in the front. But this will stop all that. I won't have to mess with it. I'll just lock them in there while I'm moving my car out of here. And then when I get back around to the front yard and park my car, I'll just come through the yard and come back here and open the gate and let them out. Sam! So anyway, that's what I had to do today. I've been needing to do it, and I've been putting it off, and then I've got to fix that hay crib. I've got to do that. They keep knocking it down. I've got to figure out, but I'm to the point now that I just got things to do in the house. I've got some Christmas gifts that I'm making for the girls. I need to get in there and get that done. And so I think that's just going to have to wait for a day or two. Let me get some of this other stuff off my plate. But yeah, I needed to get that done, and I thought I'd show y'all. You know, it doesn't always have to look pretty. It just has to be functional. And you know, when the time comes, I'll paint everything and then it will all look pretty. But right now, I just need it to be, you know, like right now they're in there eating that Timothy grass. And he's now in the back of the car. Bilbo! Bilbo! Bilbo, you want a cookie? See, look at that. Gotta get him out before he poops. Bilbo! Bilbo, you want a cookie? Hey, hey, you want a cookie? Come here. You want a cookie? You're not going in next, Frodo. No, 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 no. Out, 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 out. Oh, get up. No, you're not going in there. Bilbo. No, sir. No. Stay out. Bilbo. Shoot, he's going to go to the front seat. He's so big, it's hard for me to tug a leg. Get out. No, sir. Go. Go. Get your honey out. Go. I'm spanking you. Go. You don't care. My children. There's Levi's shoe. Didn't know he left his shoes in here yesterday. Along with his drinks from yesterday. I've got to get this. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. I got to turn this off and get them out of here.